Hello everybody, Fulcha. Welcome back to my channel. Of course, it's Maggie. Wouldn't be anybody else. But I wanted to let everybody know I changed the name of the channel to The Urban Irish Pagan. Because you can see, I live in a very busy area. Southwest corner of Philadelphia, on the Philadelphia and Delco border, in a little hamlet called Collingdale. But today I just wanted to show you a spring update here in April of the Irish sacred plants and herbs. And let's begin. Of course, my wee shamrocks have come up. The official Irish shamrock from Ireland. And we have the wonderful yew tree. My yew tree is blooming now. I keep it well composted. You can see all these beautiful new branches coming out. I keep her well composted. The yew tree is the tree of the dead. So I call it my telephone to the other world. So oftentimes if I want to communicate with a relative or an ancestor that's out in the other world, I will come and talk to her. And if somebody has recently died, sometimes I'll just put their name on a little wee piece of paper and I'll put it in here. And that way the person that has crossed over will have the help of the yew tree. And here, well, of course, the roses. The roses are always popping out. My roses are so beautiful, and they're so medicinal. You could do so much with them. You know, for skincare and teas and everything. Here we have the sacred juniper. And on the tags, I always tag them. As you can see, I have the English name and of course, the Irish name. Because I usually go by the Irish name with them. And the juniper, of course, grows and you can sand with it and you can use it like a smudge. And our wee gnomes have come out from their winter slumber. So they're out protecting the garden. As you can see, that's Bjorn. And over here, another little wee juniper here. And this is Vigo. Vigo watches the front door, and he has a little lamp that he guides our way home. So the gnomes and the wee ones and the fairies are out. The next here I have is the skikjel, which is a European hawthorn fairy tree. There's a few wee gnomes under there to look out for it, but just look how brilliantly the fairy tree has come and sprung up from a couple of videos ago. I think it might have been my first or second video I made. But just look at the beautiful branches and the beautiful leaves that she's putting on. And hopefully by Bealtaine, there might be some white flowers on her, because she's only 2 years old, so it might take a couple years for her to produce her beautiful white flowers. And I'll just take you over here, and we have the Erigi Lucra, and as you can see, this is the meadowsweet, and this plant is for the goddess Anya, and she's come up again this year, and she gets beautiful white flowers, which is so good for anything like female problems or things like that. Pain, she's very good for pain. Now over here in this bucket, I've been making my homemade fertilizer out of nettles, from my nettles, and you can see I have some nettles in there, and the nettles will break down and make a wonderful, wonderful fertilizer that you can put onto your plants. It's the best fertilizer you can get. Alright. And of course, That'll take me over here to the Neentog, which of course is the nettle. And I've been making the fertilizer out of her. And as you can see, she'd normally be much higher by this time, but as I said, I've been cutting her down pretty heavily, about 3 times so far, and she's for fertilizer, for soaking. And here's our European oak, which is sacred to the Dagda. And you can see he's awakened. About a week ago, he finally woke up. He's usually a little wee bit later. And you can see he's putting on beautiful new leaves, and he's looking brilliant. And you have to have an oak for the Dagda. And here I have mint and peppermint. Now over here is the rowan, Quirhan. And remember seeing her a couple weeks ago? She was just pruned and still asleep. Well, she's awake. And of course this one pertains to the goddess Bridget. And I had to keep her last for that. And the rowan and the Quirhan, well, it's the same name, but in Irish and English. And of course we have our wee people. I have Patty and Flynn out here guarding her and watching her. And got that. And so that's just a wee bit of what's going on here at Urban Irish Pagan. And of course, it was just an update. I'll definitely do a video for Bieltana. And until I see you again, thank you so much. Please subscribe. Bye. Bye. Slán lot.